Hi Taurus, and welcome to your June reading. Thank you for your patience. So we do have a new moon happening in Gemini. That's going to be June 17th or 18th, depending on where you live in the world. We also have the summer solstice then coming up on June 21st. It's the first day of tropical Cancer. Okay, only 4 cards. Underneath, we have the moon. So the moon is the governing body of Cancer. Also, things being hidden. It's our deep intuition. Let's see. It could also be referring to the lunar cycle. We just had the full moon on the 3rd and 4th of June. And that was in sidereal Scorpio. So let's see what the moon is trying to share with us. The Page of Air. Okay. Information coming out. Communication or message coming through. The 8 of Air. Okay, yeah. Revealing what was once hidden. So somebody is either conveying a message to you or you're the one doing the delivery. Messenger of fire. Okay. Someone's coming to you with information. So Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. That tropical full moon was in Sagittarius. So it could be on the heels of this full moon as things are often illuminated or revealed. And the 7 of Wands. Wow. The 7 of Fire. So that is Mars and Leo. I think somebody was afraid to come forward with some information. They weren't sure how you were going to react. Just want to see what this did, because that candle flared up. That was interesting as I pulled over the 7 of Wands. But anyway, it's still going. All right. So I feel like maybe somebody feels like they have to walk on eggshells around you, or they didn't want to offend or upset. Let's see if we can get more information about this, but it could be somebody younger than you, maybe a child if you have children. Okay. So communicate, it could come via text, call, email. Let's see, Pluto, transform. So whatever the information is, it might be life-changing, life-altering, or perhaps, it's your secret that you're revealing to someone, because the moon often refers to secrets. Underneath, we have Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. So it could be a Leo, as we had Mars and Leo, a younger male. We have House 8, okay, transform, karma, facing fears, and legacies. So we have Pluto that rules the 8th house right next to it. So Scorpio, again, I feel like the Scorpio full moon, the sidereal Scorpio is when this is coming, revealing. Saturn, feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. So whatever this information is, this revealing, it's part of your karma, part of your destiny to be a part of this story. Next we have Square, challenging situation and a mountain to climb. Yeah, that's Saturn. It's an obstacle, it's a difficulty. So maybe that's why there was this person's hesitancy, either revealing something to them, to you, or vice versa, because you already know that the challenges that it's gonna bring. For not everybody, but it could be involving a divorce, with Saturn being the Lord of contracts and marriage. I mean, that's what the wedding ring is. It's a ring of Saturn. So, and it could be maybe that's the difficulty, not knowing how to navigate the separation of assets or children. And then we have the Earth, persistence, patience, and practicality. So there is security, there's stability here. And even in the 7 of Wands, right? The unicorn is planted on this solid piece of rock, like they're standing their ground. They're not budging, and they're not being dethroned. So that's you in this position. Either you are going to stand firm in your beliefs that this is the change that needs to happen, or I have to tell you this because, and everyone's situation is going to be different. But I think it's you or they, whoever's conveying the message, is going to be firm in their decision. And it is for the best. It feels like, again, something that couldn't stay conveyed anymore. I feel like it's just going to come blurting out here with the messenger of fire. That's a fast-moving energy, like that Leo, Sag, Aries. It could be like a passion, or during an argument. or just like the anxiety reaches an apex. So, but definitely something that you didn't see coming, or the other person didn't see coming. All right, let's see if I want to. I'm going to get a Rose Oracle here. So, Taurus. Message for Taurus. Oh, okay. Rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. Again, this could be about a relationship. It doesn't always have to be negative. Again, it could be somebody just revealing their feelings for you too. With Leo, a very passionate sign. Could be an affair, and that could come with its own baggage, its own challenges or difficulty. And then we have Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion, humanity. And underneath the grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, trust the weaving. So we have mothers and grandmothers here. So connection, or maybe it's your mom or grandmother giving you a message, revealing something to you about their past that you didn't know about before. Okay. Let's see what the alchemy cards have for us. It feels like something big, like a life-altering secret, finding out you're adopted or something crazy, like, or, maybe if they had a difficult childhood and now you're just finding out about it. With love and devotion there, it still feels like no matter what the news is, again, it could be coming from your child or it could be coming from a family member. It's like you're going to love them unconditionally no matter what. There's no tower moment here. There's no death card. Even though Pluto and the 8th house are here, it's transformative. It's not life-ending or life-altering. Okay. Get an alchemy card for Taurus. 10, that's Jupiter. Number 21. 21 is also the World card in Tarot. So again, the end of a cycle. And underneath I have lead, which is the element of Saturn. And we had Saturn show up here too. So the goal of alchemy, or so to speak, is to turn lead into gold, not just physically, but it's an internal process of turning these heavy experiences, taking these squares, these challenges, and transforming them into something beautiful. And maybe, again, this could be something that has to do with your generational energy or inherited karma. And it could be, down to you or now your child. It's something you've passed on, and it's like it's being worked on. It's being transformed. Okay. But that happens, I feel like, through honesty, communication, openness. I'm just going to do this here. And it's interesting that, this is 20 and that's 21. So Judgment and Tarot versus the World. So I'm going to read about both of them. First being lead, density, weight, and Saturn. Lead is the first metal. Its properties are heavy, dense, and unwaveringly steady. It is often perceived as the metal that initiated the entire alchemical drive to turn what is base, lead, into what is noble, gold. It correlates to the planet Saturn and its love of rules and structure. On one hand, this card implies a fixed position or burden that may have been weighing down the work. On the other hand, lead can arrive just in time to ground a situation, to bring an alchemist back to the humble beginnings. Maybe that's why Earth showed up here too. This is the grounding energy. Okay. Either way, the presence of lead is sobering. We cannot ignore it. The impatient alchemist may be discouraged to see it in the laboratory, as it reminds us of how far we have to go. Approach this card with reverence for the ongoing process. The side notes say, watch what other cards surround lead that will indicate how mobile this metal is becoming, or how much weight the querent is carrying on their shoulders. So it does feel like you're carrying a heavy load, or this heavy burden of a secret, perhaps, the family secret that's been weighing on you or your mind, or your parent's mind. It's just begging to be transformed. There's so much energy that's been contained and held back in its confines. But the squares are what is forcing change. So some of you could even right now have a transit in your chart like Pluto square Pluto or Pluto square Saturn or Saturn square Saturn, something like that. That these are not frequent transits. They're slow moving outer planets that come around very rarely, in our chart. And it's something that's instigating transformation and change. Lead was also known as the sleeping giant of alchemy. It is said to contain its own secret and solution. Ponder how you can awaken the intelligence. Okay. And the next element we have is tin. So malleable, expansive, and Jupiter. Tin is a silvery white, highly malleable metal. This is in part because tin's structure is composed of crystals in cubic or tetragonal formations that can be broken or crushed under moderate pressure. Known as when the crystalline structure breaks, a sound known as the tin cry can be heard, hence the unnerving sound of crinkling tinfoil, such as the energy of the tin card. On one hand, it is tin's Jupiterian nature to expand, to mobilize, to cover the whole territory. On the other hand, the metal cannot withstand much weight or pressure. When this card appears, you may have reached a limit or breaking point after taking on more than is logistically possible under the circumstances. Don't take this juncture personally. More strength is required before taking the next steps to support the expansions you see in your mind's eye. So they mention a breaking point here, and I think that's the heaviness, the weight of carrying all this energy of Saturn has caused a breaking point and a need for this release, a need for this transformation, an unburdening, really, is happening as a result of this information coming out. Be like the tin today. If a good cry or wail needs to be heard, let it happen. It'll release the pressure in the laboratory and you'll have a whole new perspective. In esoteric wisdom traditions, Jupiter and tin are associated with the liver. It's possible the liver may have a wise message to reveal, perhaps about excess and balance, because the liver filters all of the toxins in our body as well. So this heavy weight, this heavy energy maybe have become toxic or made your physical vessel toxic as a result of holding it in. When we hold in our emotions, I believe that can also lead to things like autoimmune disease, where we start attacking our own cells because you've held something inside you for so long it becomes toxic. And now, so I think that's why this information, when it does come out, it's like you still love the person unconditionally. If anything, you feel bad for them for holding on to it for so long and seeing what it's done to them physically as a result. Let's take a look at this archetype card for you. Sorry, this is such a heavy, dark reading, but maybe, it wasn't meant to come out until now. Again, the feeling of things being pent up, things being held back and weighed down. Okay, the river. All right, so that has to do with, again, things flowing. So we're going from the solid state to things begin to move, things begin to flow. And even the element of water there with the Cancer coming up. Cancer is the sign of the mother, right? So, and Cancer season is upon us, June 21st. In tropical astrology. So the river, again, it's like a dam breaking. It's like a flood coming upon. But it feels so good. It feels good to release it, to let it go. Forgiveness could be a part of your narrative this month as well, Taurus. So let's see. The stream, the flow, the current. There is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in a river. It's forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the stream of transformation than we planned to go. And we had Pluto show up several times here. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind that the you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential, nothing to hide, nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self. And we even have the emblem of Cancer showing up here. Acceptance, grace, reflection, and forgiveness. The river is emotion. When you are in its current, you will know it by the bursting forth of tears, laughter, song, despair. All the emotions flow in its current. You can only resist the river for so long. Eventually, it will pull you toward change, so you may as well get in with style and grace. All right. With all this connection to the mother and the grandmother and these references to Saturn, I'm going to get an Angels and Ancestors card for you. See what message your ancestors have for you, Taurus, in regards to this reveal, to this transformation, because you really are, you have the opportunity to turn this lead into gold. We have broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Yeah. Okay, so maybe there's been a rift in the family, or again, or just there's been unrest in the mind or in somebody's mind, and now you're able to, with this release, embrace this energy of peace that is now available to you. I think maybe there could have been a misunderstanding for many of you between family members, and once things are revealed or cleared up, it's like, well, it just all makes sense, and then you're able to forgive this person. Let's see. Let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. Well, the Seven of Wands is what? That defending your beliefs, protecting your energy. There's no more reason to be on the defensive here. There's no more reason to feel on edge. Just as the arrow card symbolizes defense and protection, the broken arrow card symbolizes peace. In Native American traditions, a broken arrow would mean the tribes were no longer fighting one another, but were making alliances. When you see a broken arrow in a meditation, vision, dream, or reading, it is a message that you no longer need to fight, because peace has arrived. This is a powerful symbol of harmony, serenity, and community. If you have been exposed to a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the broken arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all the darkness. You can drop your shields and protection. You are now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by the situation or the people involved, because this will only work against you. Know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you, protecting you and taking you lovingly forward. Okay. So it's about to be done, right? It's about to open up a whole new world to you. Whatever information you receive this month, it's going to change how you view your life and perhaps the lives of your family members or people very close to you. Let's see what this Making Magic card has. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. So I think that's echoing, the energy of peace, right? There's no fear there. Your angels are accompanying you. They're guiding you. Power symbol, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Okay, and love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. And triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Okay, so attracting the love charm, doesn't have to be a romantic love, but just attracting love back into your life, perhaps where there was none, or a lack of it. And underneath we have spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. That's echoing the broken arrow message as well. All right, finally, let's get these angel cards here for Taurus. Beauty. All right. So even though this is a situation that maybe you have dreaded, the outcome can be beautiful. The transformation, once it's complete, is a thing of beauty. Birth, yep, that's the new beginning. That's always promised after an ending. And presence. All right. So again, I get this feeling that your angels are present, or that just being present for this person and not focusing on the past, but staying in the now is what's really going to help the situation move forward. Okay. All right, Taurus, I hope you got something out of this reading. I'm sorry if it was a bit intense, but hopefully it helps navigate any difficult situation that may arise through communication this month. I wish you the best. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.